The book is fantastic. I mean, people will love it. There's a great bit in it where you go to train with Manchester United. If you've gone over from Bromby, and Brian Kigg's taking the session, and the team do their more physical training, I would imagine, and then they say to you, you can break off and go with the other keepers. I think Jim Leighton's there, and you go, no, I'm going to carry on training with the team. I want to be as fit as the outfield players, and then I'll do my extra training. There was obviously something in you that just went, I'm going to be this kind of player or person in that team.
Yeah, it comes from obviously how I was taught by the coaches that I had. So when I first started out as it was kind of semi-professional. I had loads of jobs as well alongside playing football. So it wasn't always, and the coaches were semi-pros as well. So there wasn't always the opportunity to have my goalkeeping coach at training sessions at the same time as with the team. And he always said that, well, it's on purpose because you have to do all that training, and then we do our training at times where it fits us.
Okay.
And that became, at first I think really it was a practical thing, but then working on that principle, it started to make sense. I am part of that team. I need to be with that team. I need them to understand that, you know, if they pass a ball to me, I can handle that ball. If I want my team, my defense to be really high up the pitch, I need to give them the confidence that I can deal with whatever goes, you know, over the top.
Yes.
And that I'm capable of using my feet. All these kind of thoughts. So the incident that you talk about, we're starting out with boxers, and we were split into a young and older group. And he said, you go with Walshy and Jim Leighton, do half volleys. And I'm like, no. I'm in the boxers, and they're all laughing. Goalkeepers, go. And then I said, no, I'm in the boxers. And I just stood there, and eventually they realized they had to start because I wouldn't move. I wouldn't. But and you know, it was also a moment for me to sort of to show everybody who I was. It's sort of a bad phrase, but
no, yeah. You're making a statement.
I think that's make a statement that eventually will make sense for them.
Yes,
because the way I wanted to play my part in the team was very aggressive, was very, you know, not conceding so many chances, you know, getting the team up the pitch, which was something that Alex Ferguson wanted as well.
Yes.
But in order to sort of, you know, make a statement that I have this kind of personality, I can deal with that. I can deal with pressure. I can deal with all of you guys looking at me, laughing at me.
Yeah.
I think that was quite an important point for me. And it just happened from that moment on. That was just the norm.
I think that comes across throughout the book. So you look at a lot of your big football moments, you know, winning the European Cup, winning the Euros, winning leagues, winning cups. You're always there. You're always there when push comes to shove. When it comes to the point, you stand up. You don't back away. You always stand up, and you're there, and you're giving strength to your other players. You never shy away from the fight. Do you think that comes from? Did your parents put that in you of because of what they'd seen during the war and what had happened during the war, to them, aim high, go for it, because it doesn't all last forever?
I think that's definitely part of it. I have to say that once we really got going with the Manchester United, you know, we were a lot of players like that, and also I have to say that we were led by somebody who absolutely infused that into us and encouraged us to be like that, and really enjoyed having players of that level with so much independence and understanding of what it was, how important it was to stay together as a team as well. So I think coming into the club, there had to be some kind of foundation of that. And I think on my part, yes, of course, it came from you know, I had a father who came to Denmark only a couple of years before I was born. He had to start a new life. He had to completely dismiss and ignore the country that he left. You know, middle-aged, not middle-aged, but 30 years of age, 28, I think he was 28, have to completely restart. New society, new ways of thinking, you know, free in many ways compared to what we used to, you know, food in the shops, all these little things that wasn't a given where he came from, Poland. So to grow up in an environment where this guy had to sort of every day make a statement, if you like, and fight and graft and get through to the next day. I grew up watching that, so of course that's
in.
Of course.
That's just how I saw the world. That's
it becomes part of your DNA.
It does,
doesn't
it? Yeah. And my father worked hard, really hard, and I always worked hard myself, and that's because I thought that's just what you do.
Yeah.
Of course you have to work hard.
It's really funny. There's some lovely stuff I see. Gary Neville was talking the other day, and he was talking about you as to play in front of, and he said, forget about somebody getting a shot away or a tackle. If they manage to get a cross in, Peter was shouting at us, and I just thought that's brilliant, because if you stop the cross, then there's no danger coming into the area. So it's the fundamentals of goalkeeping, as you said, is about being up the pitch and stopping things before they could even start. I thought that was fascinating. You know?
You have to look at the goalkeeper position as it's a reactive position. You can't do anything. You have to wait for something to happen. But I try to be more proactive, so to stop like a cross coming in, or stop them having the opportunity to have a shot. So why would you have your defenders inside of the box when a cross or a shot can be deflected, or it can bounce between 2-3 players? We saw a couple of chances in the Champions League this week. Some of them were missed, by the way. But we also saw a couple of goals where a shot comes in and it just bounces off 2-3 players, and it ends up somewhere, and it's just a nice little roll in the goal. So why give your opposition that opportunity? Why not just push them up as far up as you can? And if you want to shoot from 30 yards, well, you're welcome.
Take a chance.
But it also, so if you turn it around to what we really were, we were an attacking team. When you win the ball, you don't have those extra 20 yards every time to win. You've already won them. So the distance to the goal becomes much shorter. So for me, I mean,
But that was revolutionary thinking, wasn't it? From you? I mean, did that come from you? That seems to be revolutionary thinking
not
at the time.
Not necessarily from me. Of course, from the manager, but he saw the way I played. And he wanted to have me in the team. So he made an attempt in 1990 to bring me to Old Trafford. It didn't happen, and he went out of his way to make me understand that he was coming back for me in 1991. And wanted me to stay on course, keep progressing. So obviously he's seen something in me that he wanted in the team, but that was the way I played. So I can't take credit for that happening. That's purely down to the manager.